My beloved child, listen closely. Something significant happened less than an hour ago, and I needed you to hear this message before the noise of the world drowns it out completely. 37 minutes ago, a new order was signed in the heavenly realms, and it carries your name. This is not an invitation. It is not a reward. It is a notice. A summons. And because you are here right now, it means heaven wanted you to know before any consequences unfold. You might be asking in your heart, why me, Lord? What have I done to deserve this? But hear me, my child, this is not punishment. It is a signal. A warning wrapped in my deep mercy. Before any storm begins, I always send a whisper, a still small voice, to prepare the ones I love the most. This is that whisper before the thunder. The paper that bears your name was not printed in any earthly office. It was not carried by any human messenger. It was written in the place where shadows meet decisions, where people speak about you without saying your name aloud. Somewhere in secret, someone decided your future without asking your permission. Tonight, I interrupted that meeting. I stopped you from walking blindly into a snare you did not set. Do not be afraid, my child. I know fear is trying to run up your spine right now, but you must listen carefully. You are not in danger because of something you did today. This began long ago. While you were busy living, working, hoping, and praying, someone else was watching, waiting, and collecting small pieces of your life like puzzle fragments. They stored them. They studied them. Until they thought they had enough to build a case against you, both in the physical world and in the spiritual realm. They called it justification. I call it accusation. This is not about your reputation. This is about your identity. They want to rewrite who you are. They want to take your story, filled with growth, pain, and redemption, and twist it into evidence of guilt. But the reason I am speaking to you now is because that plan is already collapsing as they move forward. Truth is moving faster than their lies. Let me take you back to how it all began. Last winter, when the nights felt long and you felt forgotten, someone close to you made a choice that set this entire chain in motion. A careless word spoken. A conversation overheard. It seemed small and almost harmless at the time. But in the realm beyond sight, it echoed loudly. That echo became permission for the enemy to open a file with your name on it. Every wrong word spoken against you was recorded. Every misunderstanding was magnified. Not because you deserved it, but because you are chosen for something too powerful to remain unchallenged. The darkness does not attack what it is not threatened by. Remember this always. Every battle, every rumor, every delay confirms your significance in my kingdom. Now listen even more carefully. The warrant that carries your name is not written in ordinary ink. It is written in fear, jealousy, and a false sense of authority they think they have over you. They believe silencing your progress will restore what they lost. But they do not realize this is the season of divine reversal. What was meant to humiliate you will soon honor you. What was planned to expose you will end up exalting you. Even now, forces you cannot see are being repositioned. Angels are gathering around the place where your name was spoken. Their wings are brushing the edges of that document, erasing false charges before they can take root. But for this to work fully, you must stay alert. You cannot scroll past this moment. You cannot dismiss this as coincidence. Heaven does not repeat its warnings when they are ignored. I am telling you this with urgency. You have entered a countdown. A spiritual timeline was activated the moment your eyes met these words. In the next few days, you will start noticing signs: sudden silence from someone who used to speak often, a strange dream that feels too real, a delay that seems inconvenient but will save you from greater harm. Do not ignore these signs. They are checkpoints of my protection. The enemy believes you will panic. He believes you will doubt. But what he does not realize is that this time you are covered differently. You have matured. You have learned to discern the whispers that once confused you. And because of that maturity, what was meant to destroy you will instead expose those who plotted against you. Let me take you deeper, because you deserve the full truth. When that warrant was signed in the unseen realm, there was complete, unnatural silence afterward. Even the spirits that carried it hesitated. Because your name is not ordinary. It glows with the marks of your secret prayers in the dark, the nights you cried out without words, the faith you held when no one applauded. That light made them nervous. They changed strategy. Instead of attacking openly, they whispered to people around you, planting doubt, small offenses, and hidden resentment. They wanted to weaken your circle before confronting you directly. That is why certain friendships felt unstable lately. That is why plans kept collapsing at the last moment. You thought it was bad luck. It was interference. But even interference I turned into instruction. I allowed some delays not to punish you, but to distance you from those who signed your name into darkness. You thought you lost support. In reality, you lost sabotage disguised as support. You thought doors were closing because you were unworthy. In truth, those doors were locked because poison waited on the other side. Every rejection was divine redirection. Here is what you must know about this hour. The accusation itself is not physical, but its consequences can become physical if you agree with it. That is why you must refuse guilt that is not yours. Refuse to rehearse old mistakes in your mind. Refuse to identify yourself with the version of you that no longer exists. The warrant holds power only if you validate it with shame. Once you stand firm in your true identity in me, it burns away. My child, there is a phrase you must remember and declare tonight: I am not under accusation. I am under redemption. Speak it out loud. Whisper it. Write it down. Every time you declare it, light interrupts the darkness. Right now, as you breathe, a council is gathering in the spiritual realm. On one side are the accusers, shouting your faults louder than your faith. On the other side stands your defense, angels, prayers, promises, and the blood of my Son that testifies on your behalf. This is a battle of words, and the side you agree with will win. Will you agree with fear, or will you agree with grace? You hold the deciding voice. The person who initiated this in the physical realm, someone you once trusted, did not fully understand the consequences. They were misled. They thought they were protecting themselves. In their fear, they aligned with darker intentions. Do not hate them. Do not curse them. Even their betrayal is about to become part of your testimony. Redemption is not only for the innocent. It is for everyone who returns to the light. When this storm passes, you will look back and see that every false accusation, every delayed blessing, and every lonely night served one purpose: to fortify you and train your spirit to hear heaven clearly. When I tell you a warrant was issued, understand what it truly means. It means heaven allowed exposure so truth could triumph. It means the darkness overplayed its hand. It means your story has reached its turning point. You are no longer the accused. You are the evidence that grace wins, that mercy restores, and that destiny cannot be detained by lies. Stay alert, my child. The next chapter begins soon. Prepare your heart. Cleanse your thoughts. Speak life over your future. You deserve to know the faces hidden behind the fog, the ones who whispered your name in dimly lit rooms. The truth will not set you free if it remains hidden. It must be brought into the light. You have always felt it, haven't you? That uneasy pull in your spirit when certain people smiled at you but their eyes felt hollow. That instinct that tightened your chest. You thought it was anxiety. It was discernment. Your spirit has been warning you for months. One of them was not a stranger. You prayed for them. You defended them. You covered them in grace. That is exactly why the enemy chose them. Betrayal works best when it comes from those close enough to be trusted. They knew your patterns, your emotions, your soft spots. They waited until offense grew quietly in their heart. Then the enemy whispered, "You are the victim. They don't see you. Protect yourself." And in that deception, they signed what they thought was self-defense, but was actually an agreement with darkness. Not every betrayal looks like a knife in the back. Sometimes it looks like silence when you needed words. Sometimes it looks like distance that makes no sense. Sometimes it looks like using your own words against you. But now I am exposing every screenshot, every whispered rumor, every false charge. Lies die under exposure. Truth does not panic when seen. Angels are moving with revelation and truth that pierces falsehood like lightning. Every secret conversation is being replayed, not to humiliate, but to reveal motive. And when motive is exposed, judgment reverses. When a divine warrant is issued against a chosen one, heaven does not respond with panic. Heaven responds with preparation. While they drafted accusations, I was drafting your defense. I was orchestrating divine appointments you thought were random, that sudden phone call, that frustrating delay, that unexpected moment of peace. All of it was strategic. You are not late. You are right on time. This very night, a spiritual courtroom has convened. The accusers present twisted memories and half-truths. But your advocate stands radiant and calm. He simply holds out his scarred hands. The blood still speaks. Every accusation is answered. Your name begins to glow. The ink of accusation fades, replaced by light. The paper meant to condemn you is transforming into a decree of elevation. The same plan meant to destroy you will now promote you. I do not erase battles, I transform them into testimonies. You might ask why I let it go this far. Because diamonds are formed under pressure. Without this fire, you would not have seen the impurities around you. You would not have learned the difference between loyalty and mere proximity. Now you know. You are wiser, stronger, and sharper in discernment. There is still more unfolding. In a few days, there may be a confrontation, not violent, but emotional and spiritual. Someone who accused you may reach out, stirred by unease. Meet them with quiet strength. Instead of, "I told you so," say, "I forgive you." Forgiveness is warfare. It breaks chains and releases healing. As you forgive, light shakes the enemy's camp. The table where they signed your name cracks. Their papers catch fire. Those who stood confident now whisper in fear. This is the reversal I promised. A counterorder is being written in golden light, case dismissed. Favor reinstated. Authority restored. When this order is fully released, everything connected to your name will shift. Stagnation will break. Doors will open. Opportunities will appear without explanation. People who ignored you will remember your name. Paths you thought were sealed will unlock. But when restoration comes, remain humble. Thank me quietly. Their exposure was for your enlightenment, not entertainment. My child, your name has been cleared in heaven, and what is cleared in heaven will soon manifest on earth. For the next few days, guard your words. Speak only life. Speak faith. Speak victory. Do not speak fear or anger. You are entering acceleration. Moments that defy logic are coming. I am with you through every step. I have never left you. The enemy's time is up. It is too late for darkness to run. Victory is already yours. Walk in it. Rest in my love. The best is yet to come. Amen.